Well, it's raining. It's April. It's raining. April showers. But it's no man's land. Welcome back to FS22, Not Yet Dead here. We are at the very end of what should be, I expect, our last round of seeding and planting. We will get into the FS22 modded version of the wide span vehicle system. This is not the last time we'll be using this, actually, so I lie. This is not the last we're planting because I've got some grass fields to do. But in terms of main crops, we are nearly there. So, a little bit of a catch up. I have been very busy through April. Yeah, we've got, well, all sorts. We'll have a look at the map in a minute. But yeah, so we've got. It's the last day we can really get crops in the ground. And we've got this to do. We've got some root vegetables to get in. We can talk about that in a little minute. And I do love this system. It's so good. I'm actually really looking forward to the FS22 one, FS25 one coming out. That said, I don't really have a map right now. Oh, Mr. Tree Stump. Don't really have one right now where I can actually use it. I have a map where I can use it. Yeah. But anyway. But yeah, so this is our sort of last field to go in. Apart from them, we've got a few root crop fields to sort out. So I've done some already, just because I was slightly worried about time. And actually I wasn't in a position to record, so I thought, you know what, I'll get cracking. And yeah, but it's now. Ooh, look at that wheel stopping, sliding. That's really odd. Not ideal, of course, that you plant directly into a lined field, especially when it's raining. But there you go, needs must. It's only a rental. It's fine. But yeah, so we're looking forward to doing this. We'll look at our finances as well in a minute. But we'll just get a nice. Mind you, I suppose when you're planting and seeding, you should really do this last. But we'll get a nice edge to the field done, and then we'll leave a worker to do this while we go and do other things. Sorry, just taking a sip of coffee. But yeah, and actually it's quite nice to be back on my monitor. When I record, I come into one of our outbuildings where I've got my monitor set up because I'm still trying to sort out my study, which I've talked about before. Let's not talk about that now. But actually, I prefer playing this on my monitor over playing it on our TV. The picture's just a bit sharper, a bit brighter. I don't know what it is with the TV or with the PlayStation on games. It just looks a bit washed out. I don't know why. But it's fine for movies. Yeah, who knows? I'm sure there's a setting somewhere that I haven't found yet. So it's quite nice to be sat in front of my monitor doing it. We've got vehicles all over the place already. I say I've sort of been going around doing stuff. Ooh, is that? Oh. Is that pallets of hops? Oh, that's interesting. Let's go and have a look at that. Because that should be selling, so that shouldn't be there. At least I think it should be selling. Let's go see. It's funny, I've not noticed that before. Right, so let's come over a little bit. Interesting, the planter, when you lift it, actually keeps working. The seeder, when you lift it, switches off. So if you lift it, you switch it back on again when you lower it back down. So I think I did get into the habit of just switching it off rather bothering to lift it. But yeah, it's slightly weird. It's odd that this one works differently. Right, I'll just get this nicely straightened up. And then we can spin it round. We'll get a worker on it. I do love this system. It's so cool. It would have taken me so much longer to do this if I'd used anything else. And of course the other advantage that still means I've got all my tractors free to be getting on with other things. Right, so let's leave a worker on that. I'll have a quick look at the finance screen. It's very important. Because our loan is now only at 360,000. So in terms of getting the farm back into profit, it's not profit when it's at zero, but at least getting it back, not in debt. We're actually doing really well. Actually, that's true. How are animals? Yeah, they're okay. They're okay. Okay, so sheep are going to need some food at some point soon. That means taking bales down to the sheep pen. And the pigs are going to need some more food soon. I'll probably need to start thinking about selling off some pigs. Actually, what have we got ages wise? No, we're okay. Nothing really old enough yet, but I expect that it'll be full. Anyway, yeah. Let's carry on. Oh no. Sorry, I nearly forgot. We were going to go look at this. Yes, the next thing to be to get the roller going and find where the roller is. Yeah, so we've got pallets of hops. Oh no, that's biomaterial. Oh, because it's a side product, isn't it? Ooh, what do I do with that? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'd forgotten about that. So this is a side product. So I got that on storing. So what can I do with it? What is that? As you will see. Yeah, actually, yeah, lots to talk about. Sorry, I've forgotten. It's been so long since I've done it now. Heating plant is out of straw. But I can't take biomaterial, sadly. So yeah, biomaterial is an output. Oh, the hops. Oh, the hops are selling hop pellets, aren't I'm not making hop pellets, so that's okay. But yeah, the biomaterial is storing. What I can do with it? Can I use it in the bar? Oh yeah, I can put it in the composter. Oh, cool. Okie doke. Which is then good because it then comes back, and I've only got the composter because I need it for the hops. That's actually really good. Oh, we're out. We're out of compost. Okay, so we need compost as well. And it looks like we're out of water. Oh, there's blooming greenhouses. But yes, look, we have soup factory, we have preserved food factory. So, in a sec. So actually I was wrong. I don't need to get the roller going. The roller, these 3 fields were too late. I missed it, as I tend to do some years. I've already done this field. I hadn't realised. So this is the other one I thought might need rolling. The root crop fields don't need rolling because they're on their little peaky trophy things. So actually I have no rolling to do at all. So yeah, so while we're at it, Preserved Food Factory is here where the tofu factory was, and the soup factory is here where the oat milk factory, the vegan milk factory, I forget what it called, was. I've had to replace the supermarket because it was the V supermarket from the vegan, the V, I forget what it's called now, V something or other pack, and I had to replace the farmer's market, which was also from the V pack, because again I'd put those in so I could sell the vegan products there. So that's that. Actually, I don't need this at all, but we could take it round ready to the next field, and I'm afraid I'm going to jump through some vehicles. Oh wow, that was it. There's the rain, because we really need to get on with our no. Ooh, well, I need to get him out now. It stopped raining actually. Okay, sorry. Wow, I don't normally do this on screen. We've got a lot of vehicles on this map. Wowzers. Okay, so let's get this going. I'll need to come and do quite a bit because it won't cope at the top. I'll have to do a couple of strips top and bottom. This is quite cool. I'm really pleased to have had a chance to use this on FS22. I can't believe it's taken me so long. This is the one, and I think I've said this before, right? It's the one slight negative of FS22 for me. It's my fault. Nobody else's. I just got so engrossed and so I must do this on No Man's Land, I must do this on No Man's Land, blah blah, that actually I ended up with, he's pulling left, isn't he? He's going further and further. Oh no, it's me. Sorry, I haven't actually set a worker yet. Oh fine, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, further and further over, because I hadn't actually pressed the worker button. Yeah, and so I, Yeah. But hey, I love this map. I love the fact that I am where I am with it. It's nearly at the point I really wanted to get it to. Admittedly, there's loads more things I would have wanted to do, but as a map, it's nearly there. So we'll see whether I continue with it or not. Oh my god, really? Okay, fine. So then we'll do this a different way, because actually there, we'll do this. It's not great, but we'll do it anyway. Oh, stop it. Don't be so blooming funny. Right, now we should be alright. We'll get him to do a few strips that way. And actually we just... Oh, no. Oh, hang on. What? Oh, that's where I want it to be. Sorry. Okay. Crops. So far we have our field of carrot. I've got this field ready and these two fields ready. Still odd that this one still shows the old crops in it. And I'm finding this a little bit. There's a patch. Yeah, there's a patch on here, on this field, and it's been doing it for a while. I wonder if they just need ploughing out. They're just not losing the old crops anymore. But this one's really odd. And I think I might have ploughed this one. Anyway, it's what it is. So we've got one field of carrots so far. I might do another field of carrots, but not in this field, because this is quite a big field. So let's do this with parsnip. There we go. Very cool sound effects. Like it. I've got a tank on the front. I know it's not overly realistic, but I just thought it saves, you know, a lot of filling up and stuff. And this isn't great either, but we just need to get round to the edge extreme. And then I'll do a little bit, or leave a worker doing a little bit. And then, because I'll need to go and swap the worker so that he's not constantly going across the field. There we go. Need to bring it so that things are actually going into the ridges, because that's how it should be. There we go. I will live with the fact. I do love that, actually. It's really good. So you've got the wheels. If you get it just right, you've got the wheels in the trough, and then obviously the little plantery bits on the ridges. It's very good. Nice. Obviously I will be doing this on 25 at some point, but it's nice to do it on 22. I just really wanted to get, and this is the other thing, right? So I'm nearly at the point of where the money is where I wanted it to be. I think I will keep, at minimum, I will keep playing until harvest. I may not put videos out on it much, but I think I'll keep playing it. Let's get a work on that for a minute, because I do want to pop back to this chap here. Chap S. I do find it odd when this is doing it's just not. You get, you know, gaps. It leaves gaps, which I find very strange. And I don't. I mean, it's not a critical thing, right? All this does ultimately is help you yield a little bit, but you know, it's just odd that it does leave gaps. Sorry, I'm going to be a bit unrealistic, and we're just going to sort of swing across the field a little bit, and I'm just going to try and do that bit as well, and then I'm going to come up here. It's odd, right? It leaves gaps, isn't it? To me, it feels odd. And we may as well tidy this one up as well. It looks very good. I do like it. And I know it's just tricky in my brain, basically, with a whole load of shading and stuff, but it looks really good. I can't remember whether I've done this on screen or not. So we've now got olives aplenty. We've got grapes aplenty. Our vineyards and our olive groves have been expanded to the space that I intended them to be, which is very exciting, actually. So the olives could go a little bit further the other way, but for right now, that's where I'm doing it again. Sorry. For right now, that's where I wanted them to be to. I love the fact actually this works backwards. It's quite cool. Unfortunately, it's not getting rid of that slight overspray of lime there. But yeah, so they're looking really good. As you saw as I jumped through, I have put some manure on some of the grapes, the vineyard, but I had to fill up, so I've got that to finish. But you know, once this is done, basically May, June, and some of July will be fertilizing where needed, finishing the liming, which will have to be today or tomorrow, really, and spraying weeds off. So I'll need to get, once I finish the liming, the next thing then to do will be to get the spraying attachment for my case care product vehicle, whatever you want to call it, and go around a combination of fertilizing and weeding. But it's really exciting to have all these fields. I've still got a field and a bit, I think. Actually, no, 2 fields to plough out my big fields over there. But one of them is now ready to have grass put in. I think it also needs liming. But that's the thing, they're going to be grass fields. One of them I'm hoping to seed now-ish. Because that'll be the next priority. So they're still to be done. But obviously the focus has got to be on making sure these fields are as good as they can be. How come he's missed a bit? How did that happen? Oh, okay. That's odd. And in terms of lime, where do we think? Yeah, so this isn't working well, is it? Oh, no. Oh, why has it missed that gap? No, it should be fine. So, sorry, I was about to sneeze. So it is over. It is, going over where it appeared to be stuck, which is something. It is replacing the crop type, which is relief. But yeah, so you can see now the vineyard is big. Yeah, so the olives could come out a little bit. I could come this way a little bit. Maybe do that at some point. But the vineyard is now filled its space, basically, unless I remove one or part of one of these fields. That is the vineyard as big as it will be. So still got some ploughing out to do. Oh no, actually, yeah. So these 2 fields, I've done the edges, but they both need ploughing out. This one's ready, but it does need liming, which comes on to my next point. That needs lime. That looks like that could do with some lime. The others don't look too bad. These definitely don't need lime because they've been done. It's difficult to tell though, I've got to say, because lime does decrease gradually over time. So you don't have to do them every year, but I guess clearly it'll help if you do. But that looks like it may need it. I don't know. Let's do this. Let's finish off with this guy. Get this done. And then we'll go see what's going on with that parsnip field. Oh, sorry, I don't plan to do that with a worker, because, worker's done such a good job so far. Why wouldn't I not? Now, let's get this finished off. How am I suddenly leaving stones, or did I miss those somehow before? What? That's really weird. Oh well, I have noticed that I've got little patches here and there where I've missed stones. It's a bit annoying. I mean, that's the other thing is, of course, what I still would like to do. Actually, I've still got some places where I could reshape the fields a little bit, take up some trees. I've still got to, what I'd really like to do if I can is some of the fields still need a bit of a grass border putting around where there's a hedge, but the hedge is too close to actually the cropping area. I was just going to put a grass border around the edge, basically a lawnmower and a small tractor width. That I'd still quite like to do. So and obviously I've got quite a few tracks I'd quite like to put in because I've just put in a whole load of new fields. So some of these things I'd quite like to just to have it visibly looking a bit more finished. But we'll see how we do. I'm sure it'll be one of those maps that I'll just every now and again I'll go, oh, I just fancy going on No Man's Land, doing a bit more. It's like coming home. I've spent so long on this map. Right, there we go. That is done. It's probably not the best place to try and do that on a quite a steep slope, but there you go. Nicely done. Right, I'm not going to rush to get this back. It's not mega urgent. Obviously I'd quite like to do it before the end of the day, but I can do that off screen later on. I can empty it and then return this. I don't need this piece of machinery anymore. The machine, well, the vehicle I do, but the planter unit I don't need. So we'll just empty the seed out. Let's get the roller rolling. And then it's going to be a bit intense this episode. I've got so much I want to try and get done. We get the roller rolling. I will just come back and do whatever bits he misses. Obviously this has to be done today before the plants start growing, because it's a new month tomorrow. And I'd quite like to put this track in as well that goes through here and finish this up over to my holiday homes. Ooh, someone's completed their task. That's probably, is that the guy planting? No, that looks like the guy doing the ridging. Is that what that's, is that ridging? Is that right? I don't know. Whatever that is. Are those small enough stones that this will push them in, or is this not the right thing? I can never remember, because I've never worried about it. No, they look like pretty big stones. I don't think they'll push in. This tractor's going to struggle a little bit up here. It'll be alright, it'll do it. There we go. So that means... Oh yeah, good job. See what I mean? I mean, why is it missed those two bits at the bottom and those odd little sections? I just find it doesn't seem to be overly reliable. Right, so I'll do this bit myself then, shall I? And maybe maybe you guys all know. I mean, obviously we've also got a bit. Actually, where the seeder planter dude has missed sections as well, and maybe it's just an issue with the premium expansion, wasn't it? Crops. Maybe it's just an issue with it generally, and because it's the first time I've done it, I wasn't aware. I've done some harvesting because I did spend some time on, is it Zablonka? And I did some contract harvesting, but it's the first time I've done it in my own fields, and I'm pretty sure I've not planted or seeded them before, so these are new things that I'm coming up against that maybe you guys are all aware of. So Silver Run Forest came out for 25 this week. I was very excited when I saw it was coming out. I did start Silver Run on here. I don't think I ever put any videos out on it. I think it was at the time I wasn't really putting anything out. And I really enjoyed that map, and I had a very specific idea of what I was going to try and do. But again, because of No Man's Land, it sort of got pushed by the wayside a little bit. And you know what it's like when you're on a map, if you're not doing it regularly, you sort of like start to lose track a little bit. When you're on it a lot and you're sort of thinking about what's the next thing I need to do, and that's what drives it a little bit. Well, for me anyway, mostly me. There we go. Switch that off, fold it up. But yeah. So I'm now thinking, and I thought, great, I'll play it on my laptop. I'll play it at least to the point of where I was, and then I'll think about putting videos out on it. But in the meantime, at least it means when I've, sometimes I get to the point of I've got a map to where I need to be for the next video, like I did on this. And I'll not be, oh, that was good timing. I'll not have a slot. I'll not have a time where I can record. So I need something to play in the meantime. So I thought, well, great, I can just do that with Silver Run. That could be my, if I'm not busy, or sorry, if I've got availability and time to play but not time to record, and I'm just waiting for that time to record, which is usually the weekends, then that's when I can I could do the Silver Run. But there's a few niggles with it, isn't there? I don't mind the fact, a lot of people are saying, well, it's not great. I watched a couple of reviews on it now. It's exactly the same. They've not done anything with it. They've not put any of the new productions in. They've not blah blah blah. that doesn't bother me, because I never finished it and I didn't get anywhere. You know, I haven't built a yacht yet. I didn't finish the roller coaster and all this sort of stuff. You know, to me that's fine. I'm happy for it to be the same map, but it's also gone backwards. There's no, you know, there's no wood chipper at the sawmill. Not that I ever used it, to be fair. You don't have containers anymore. I was looking the other day to see what vehicles I got on here so I could set it up on 25 the same. We don't have containers. It hadn't even struck me that we didn't have the containers, which is really rubbish. Why would you take that away? You know, the mill pond no longer works at the old sawmill. I mean, it just a bit lazy, frankly, lazy. So there's a little bit of me thinks, well, maybe I should just carry it on here. If it's just going to be a map I just mainly play for myself. Perhaps, I mean, it does look gorgeous, no question. You know, but I was thinking, well, maybe I'll just play it for myself on 22 and not even worry about doing it on 25. Because there isn't anything new on it. But it'll just look nicer, right, obviously. But equally, when I finish No Man's Land, it might be nice to have a map I just play on the PlayStation, just, you know, lolling on the sofa. Rather than, you know, get my laptop out and sort of sit, because the only thing about a laptop is, of course, a bit like, it's a little bit like being at work. But yeah, so I have mixed opinions about it, for sure. It's great they brought the Volvo equipment out. Obviously now I'm on PC for that. It doesn't bother me. I get if I was on console it would, but because I'm on PC it doesn't bother me. That we'll put bread beet in this one and carrot in the other one, just so I've got one of each, and then an extra. It doesn't need to be an extra carrot one particularly. It could be an extra anything, frankly. Oh, missed the beginning. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, I'm whilst I don't struggle so much with all of the issues that people have with it. Some of them, yeah, do bug me a little bit. So I don't know. I'll see. I wondered about just shoving some money and getting all the equipment I've got, buying all the land that I've got, because I had put the metal foundry or whatever it's called, the metal factory, iron foundry, whatever it's called. I'd already put that down, so I was going to put that down, and I think I bought one of the other productions, so I'll get the map to where it was at least from this is all the stuff that I've got, and then start clearing trees, which will then enable me to also to put down some other stuff that I'd already done. But I don't know. Equally, if you think, you know what, I'd quite like to see what you were doing on 22, let me know. I'll just play it on 22, frankly. It was only when I looked on it to set it up and then realised that things like the containers weren't there, and then when I was watching the reviews this morning and they're like, well you know, the mill pond doesn't work, and more stones to it. The mill pond doesn't work, and this isn't, you know, you can no longer get wood chip from the old sawmill. Actually, that's the other thing, and the wood chipper at the sawmill no longer works, and it's just like, yeah, kind of feels like some of the innovations just not there anymore, which is a bit of a shame. So maybe we'll just do it on 22. I mean, no, I'll still play Riverbend Springs. I will get onto Hutan Plantai at some point. We'll do something with that. Maybe not very long. You know, we'll see. So, what are my other jobs? The limer. I need to get the lime guy out. These fields haven't been limed, so these fields I definitely need to lime. So let's go get him. Nitrogen, bad. Oh no, pH perfect. Oh. So maybe I don't. Well, let's go see. Oop, in the hedge. Okay, pH perfect. I'm fairly certain I did all these already. Yep, pH perfect. Okay, I nearly had a bit of a crisis actually when I started to put the root crops in, because I'd forgotten that it's just a planter. It's not a direct sow. It's not a blah blah blah. And Let's go. Oops, sorry. Actually, I don't need to take the vehicle in. I'm going to run around. We're just going to run around and check pH on all the fields, basically. Perfect. I can't remember which ones I've done and which ones I haven't. This is really annoying. I know I need to do the grass field. Maybe none of them are that bad, and maybe I'm just making a bit of a fuss over nothing, frankly. And maybe that's the answer. Because honestly, unless I've just sown it, if it's already growing, it's too late anyway. Unless it's first growth stage, it's too late. Sorry, hiccups. So actually, for a lot of these, it's too late. Those are already done. We know the root crop fields I just checked, they're okay. That one's clearly had lime in it because there's bits where again. So that's the one thing with the next app. That's why there's gaps in that field. If it's not a nice smooth curve or perfectly flat, it will miss bits, which is hardly surprising. It'll be interesting to see whether the Giants version that's coming out for 25 is I'd say better at that. I'm not accusing the modder of not making it good. It just depends on the suspension, right? That's all it comes down to. So I don't know, which way that will be, which way that will go. This is still first growth stage. I'm pretty sure I did this field. What's in here? Cotton. Yeah. pH and nitrogen, both perfect. Lovely. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether that's better. But yeah, so that's the only downside of it, is a little bit. But I just mean sometimes I've done a bit, it's missed a bit, and I've gone, okay, fine. Now, is that still early enough, do we think? What growth stage is that? pH value is perfect, so it's fine, it doesn't matter. Needs nitrogen though, so that's definitely one to spray. I reckon I've done most of these, in which case this guy needs to get down to the yeah, lots of weeds in there, look. But this guy needs to get down to the new field so I can get the grass in it, which would be quite good to do. That one I know I've done. Mind you, I did say I thought, look, some of these new fields, how are these? I'm pretty sure I've done these, to be fair. The reason they look a bit brighter is because it's been recently done rather than... So nitrogen needs doing in... Oh no, actually nitrogen's too high in places. But the pH is okay. Even in the new bit and the old bit. Excellent. This is quite chill doing this, actually. After all that farm work. Field work. That's another 20. Look, it's another 26. Whoa, we've got a lot of wool. That's another 26 grand to go into the against the loan. I'm making roughly. It's a bit less, of course, today because I had to place the. Okay, so the pH value on here is not perfect. So let's do this. Yeah, because I had to place the new. I'd forgotten about the farmhouse. Not a farmhouse, the farmers market. Sorry. So I had to place that, which cost me a bit. And of course, I think it was yesterday I did it. I placed the soup factory and the canned goods factory, preserves factory, whatever it's called. So obviously that cost me quite a bit. And I had to replace the supermarket. So yeah, we did have a bit of a dip. But yeah, look at this. So this isn't just on the map. It actually is on the field. It's not planted. So that's still showing a soybean. And consequently, it's not planted. So yeah, I don't know whether that's fixable. I say it might just mean it just needs ploughing out, frankly. And you see what I mean there about, that's what I mean about having a grass vert, right? That's new. That's why there's nothing on it, because it's painted muddy grass at the moment. And so I need to do that around, and this field's a particularly bad one because it's got lots of trees really close to the planting edge, but just to have a grass. So I've done that edge, but I haven't done the whole field yet. So I need to do the rest of this field, and there are quite a few other fields that need the same treatment. So, including at this end, because I actually want to put a hedge along here, which currently there isn't enough space to do. Yeah, so there was a little bit of this to do. This is probably the last field, though, I think. I'm quite surprised it's taken as much as it is. But as I say, some of them could be just, a tiny little bit off. and ideally you'd go around and do a lot. I may not worry too much about that. And I may just go around at some point in the pickup or something and just check all of the fields, see which ones need doing. But the big one to do is definitely the new grass field, so we may as well we'll do that. We'll leave this guy working on there. I probably won't even have enough lime for it, to be honest. This is taking quite a lot. This was full, nearly full, pretty sure. So this is taking quite a lot of lime. But it's 5 o'clock. Light's starting to dim a little bit. But good. We've got one more field to do when the worker's finished the one he's doing, and that's all of our crop fields planted. I say, yeah, I've got one grass seed to sow, one grass field to sow, and 2 more to plough out. Which honestly, once they're ploughed out, I will seed them straight away because they're grass. Why not? Why wouldn't you? You can do it any time of year. Why would you not? Eh? Why would you not? Is this not? Oh no, it has, just the other way. I was going to say it's not been rolled, but no, it's just not as visible in the other direction. I'm not sure why it's been rolled in multiple ways. That's a bit weird, but there you go. But yeah, so no man's land, nearly done. It's good. I'm pleased. This, it's been a lot of work getting this map to this point, and as I said, there's still stuff if it wasn't the fact that I really want to get on with some of the other maps, there's still loads of stuff I do on here. There's still lots that I'd sort of thought, okay, well, as I go along and develop it more, I'll do that, I'll do the other. I'd like to cut more of the trees around the fields down to expand some of those fields a bit, as well as then allow me to plant more up on that ridge, which I wanted to be my forest, on either side of that track, which also needs finishing because it needs, although I've put the path in, it needs a proper track putting along it and all this sort of stuff. But it is a big thing, but it's been fun. We're not there yet. I'm definitely going to do the harvest, get all the product. Like I say, I am going to leave this map as a going concern so that if I want to, I can just jump on it. I'm not going to go, okay, how much is it all worth? It's not important on this map. What I used to do quite a lot was I'd finish playing a map, get to a point where I was happy, and then sell everything off or figure out how much it was all worth, and then kind of come the wrong way, and then take that money to the next map. Oh, I've left the chip in there. That's odd. Why? That looks like that line was accidental. Or does that mean that hang on, sorry, does that mean this still needs lime as well? Oh goodness, yes it does. Right, okay, fine, let's get the worker on here. Slightly longer video than usual, sorry folks, hope you don't mind. But yeah, so as I said, next things, obviously finishing off with a bit more liming. We've got weeds to spray, we've got fertilizing to do on some of the fields, and actually some of my productions need a bit of attention. I've still got some of last year's crops to either put into production facilities or to sell, and to be honest, I'm whatever's still there come harvest, just before harvest time, I may as well sell. Right, I've got again 3, at least most crops, not all crops, most crops I have at least 3 fields of everything, so I do not need to worry about keeping any of last year's crops. So I need to make some TMR at some point. I used the last of what I'd got in storage for the cattle, so need to make some more TMR. Need to, I don't know, I think I need to take some manure and some of the other products to get some more sugar beet cut, get that into the this digester at the biogas plant, get some manure into the digester at the biogas plant, get some more slurry drying out to make more fertilizer and either sell it or store it. I have made a whole load more seed because I was running low, but actually the trailer, those sort of tenders that I used to keep things topped up are now full, and of course there's still some left in that planter which I'll empty out before I return it. So there's been lots going on, but there's lots can still be getting done. I need to go once around the animals, see if anyone is how do you put it politely, getting on a bit, so there's lots of little jobs to be getting on with, but the bulk of the field work is done, other than spraying weeds basically, which is fine. That I say I'll get the spraying unit for this and use that. I think I've got some liquid fertilizer to use as well, so I'll use that up first, and then I think I can use this back. I assume I can use this back for spreading fertilizer as well, but obviously I'll need to be careful where and when I do that, because it doesn't have an option for narrows. Which is the field? This is the field. Yeah, that's going to need a lot of light, but we may as well use what's in here first. So I'm going to work on it, leave them to it, and let's go and finish that last field planting. May as well come this way. There is an access point to this field somewhere. It's in a really peculiar place. You'll notice it's still ploughed texture in some places and cultivated texture around the edge. That's because it's only around the edge that it had stones, and of course where you use the stone remover it sort of cultivates the field. The rest of it's just ploughed. I think there is somewhere with actual stones still in it, because for some reason, I think I had to come and, yeah, there, look, I had to come and redo some, so ideally I need to get the stone remover on it again before I seed it, especially because it's going to be grass. I kind of want it done. So I need to go get the stone picker and bring it down here. Hopefully it'll still pick those up even though I've limed. It should do. There we go. So this is where I will leave you for now. Oh yeah, it's just run out of lime. Okay, that didn't take long. I didn't think it would. We'll do this last field here as carrot. I may as well go across the field where I've done it across the field in the rows, and anyway I'll need to do it at least some to start with, because if I use a worker he'll get confused. So yeah, this will be our carrot field, and this will be us done, apart from that grass. But at least crops wise, this is it. This may be the last time that I plant crops on no man's land. Kind of sad. But then hey, maybe I'll come back. Just occasionally. Oops, too fast. Took a little bit of light, it's a bit of shade. So it doesn't help. It's actually just quite difficult because of the low light. It's quite difficult to see sort of the slightly darker where it's already done. And darker, I guess, because actually it doesn't change texture because it's planting into the ridges, but also because it's been ridged, I actually have you actually get an extra fertilization state, and actually that should be not much. Oh yeah, 50% basically. Actually no, it doesn't. Oh no, so it's already recording it as 100 because I've ridged it already. I guess that must be why. But it's fine. But yeah, so this is where I'll leave you folks. I will obviously get this finished. I don't know when I'll next record, but as I said, things to be doing, finishing off liming, finishing off ploughing those grass fields. I've got weeds to spray, I've got fertilizing to do, I've got I need to check that rolling actually and finish that off, because no doubt the workers missed bits. And I need to fertilise and mulch between the vines. The olives don't look like they need mulching yet actually, but I'm sure they will at some point in the not too distant future, probably tomorrow to be fair. Olives run a month late to vines, don't they? So yeah, lots to be getting on with. And I say, if I do get time, I will do a little bit more of that sort of tidying up, landscaping, putting in trackways and such. But that's a nice to have rather than these are the things I have to be doing, because of course, as I said, I've also got TMR to make, I've got animals to look after, I've got productions that need topping up, all sorts. But hey, it's always busy on no man's land. But I'm gonna go. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated, and I'll be back here at some point fairly soon, but I don't know when. In the meantime, there'll be more coming on Riverbend Springs and trucks and trains, and I look forward to seeing you then. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.